You're born with it, and it accompanies you throughout your entire life. It's a daily companion that never loses its intrigue. It brings both intense pain and immense pleasure. Every time you gaze into the mirror, you're reminded of its impermanence. On social media, you may find yourself comparing it with others, occasionally hoping for a transformation or a bit of a makeover. Regardless of its form, your body is a remarkable feat of engineering, almost challenging to fully grasp. To quote Shakespeare, the human body is limitless in thought, admirable in its shape and movement, angelic in action, godlike. Today, we'll delve into the infinite wonders of your body. But before that, go ahead and hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment letting us know which part of the United States or the world you're tuning in from. Share with us. You might have come across the notion that women surpass men in resilience against diseases and various other aspects. However, in terms of sheer physical strength, men typically take the lead. But have you ever wondered why? On average, men boast significantly more muscle mass in their upper bodies, up to 75% more than the average woman. Their lower body strength is robust as well. They possess a firmer grip, throw with more force, deliver more powerful punches, and run faster, emphasis on average. We've all accepted this as a life fact, but what often goes unexplored is the question of why women haven't evolved to be equally or even stronger than men. Scientists posit that men evolved with a predisposition for combat, tailored for fighting. In certain aspects of the natural world, females often surpass males in size, mainly because they are designed to carry numerous eggs. However, for land-dwelling vertebrates, including humans, male evolution favored larger size due to competition for mating partners. Historical struggles for female attention have contributed to an overall increase in male violence. Approximately 80% of violent crimes are attributed to men, and as of April 2021, 93.2% of the U.S. prison population consists of men. The question arises, are men inherently violent? According to a scientist, men are not more violent because they're stronger, but stronger because they've needed to be more violent over evolutionary history, shaping male psychology in various ways. So, despite one's physical stature, the design is geared toward being a formidable fighting machine. Now, let's step carefully into the realm of the brain. Do men possess a distinct kind of brain? Caution is warranted here, and we certainly don't aim to offend. Scientists suggesting fundamental differences between men's and women's brains might face accusations of neuro-sexism. Several studies indicate that men's brains excel at spatial and motor tasks. When faced with a puzzle requiring manipulation of shapes to fit into the right holes, studies suggest that, on average, men outperform women. However, opposing views label this as a myth and a form of neuro-sexism, leaving the matter still open for debate. One undisputed fact is that men generally have larger brains, although this size difference doesn't necessarily translate into any discernible effects. When it comes to intelligence, the size of certain brain parts in men remains a contentious issue. Some studies suggest that men possess larger brain regions associated with survival instincts and reacting to stimuli, while women might have larger areas linked to language and emotions. Now, let's tackle the taboo subject of the male anatomy, specifically the penis, as your doctor would refer to it. It's a remarkable organ, even if it occasionally disrupts the tranquility of daily life. First and foremost, it's a diligent worker, even pulling the night shift. Did you know that the average man experiences 3 to 5 erections during the night, often lasting up to 30 minutes each? What's the deal with that? It's not like you need it while you're asleep. The medical term for this phenomenon is nocturnal penile tumescence, a phrase you probably wouldn't casually drop when explaining that mysterious pressure on your partner's leg. Don't worry, darling, it's just nocturnal penile tumescence. Essentially, your parasympathetic nervous system triggers erections. Stimuli such as sights, touch, memories, and even sounds can set it in motion. Arteries in the penis dilate, allowing blood to flow in, and voila, lift off. It's worth noting that the penis isn't a muscle, it's more like a sponge that expands when filled with blood. While much of your body slows down during sleep, the parasympathetic nervous system remains active. So, those nighttime erections aren't a result of dreams or your partner's leg, it's simply your nervous system doing its job. Why it happens beyond that remains a mystery to science. Some scientists even argue that nighttime erections serve no purpose and are merely a byproduct of the nervous system. So, no need to fret if you wake up feeling like you've got a Toblerone tucked into your underwear. Now, for the burning question, is there such a thing as a grower and a shower? Do some men flaunt impressive sizes while others resemble a pocket-sized lip balm? Well, consider that a lip balm can nearly double in size with a bit of rubbing. Yes, indeed, there are distinctions between growers and showers, as studies have affirmed. If you happen to have a more reserved John Thomas resembling a lip balm, chances are you'll experience a more substantial growth compared to someone with a flaccid Toblerone. A study involving 2,770 men with smaller flaccid members revealed an 86% growth when fully erect, whereas larger sizes only exhibited a 47% increase. The lesson here is that appearances can be deceiving, and as the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. Scientists emphasize that one cannot accurately gauge a man's size until it's seen in all its glory. Approximately 80% of men fall into the grower category, while the remaining 20% are deemed showers. Now, diving into subjects that might make folks blush, did you know that men have a G-spot? It's located about 2 inches into the rectum, in a region known as the perineum, situated between the scrotum and the anus. Applying a bit of pressure, not too much, can activate it, and it might also be stimulated during bowel movements, providing a sensation known as euphoria. Some men have even experienced what's referred to as defecation-induced orgasms. Going to the bathroom can be quite an ecstatic experience, but typically, it requires a rather substantial kid to be dropped off at the pool. Another surprising fact is that men can produce milk and breastfeed, though it often involves the use of hormonal drugs. In 2002, there was a case in Sri Lanka where a man fed his 2 babies due to his wife's illness. While this occurrence usually requires hormonal assistance, certain conditions in the male body, such as starvation, can increase the production of the hormone prolactin. However, it's important to note that such instances are anomalies rather than evolutionary necessities in nature. Speaking of hormones, men tend to have a more pronounced odor than women. Conversely, women excel at discerning scents. Scientifically, the smell of men provides women with insights into potential mates, as they find those with higher testosterone levels more attractive. Research indicates that single men often have higher testosterone levels than those in relationships, aligning with evolutionary principles. Now, onto a topic that might put an end to household debates about thermostat settings. Did you know that men generally feel warmer than women? This phenomenon goes beyond clothing choices. Men, with their greater muscle mass, burn more calories to fuel those muscles, generating heat that warms the skin when it evaporates. In essence, men have their personal heaters. Studies reveal that women tend to feel most comfortable in slightly warmer environments than those preferred by men. So, next time there's a dispute over the thermostat, it might just be a matter of differing comfort zones based on physiology. So, instead of arguing, let's just accept that there are inherent differences between men and women, even in aspects as diverse as skin thickness. Men's skin is typically 20 to 30% thicker than women's, and it tends to maintain firmness, making signs of aging less noticeable. Sorry, ladies, but this could explain why men often appear younger as they grow older. As one scientist noted, female skin thinning occurs at a significant pace after menopause. Hence, signs of skin aging in older women are generally more pronounced as compared to men in the same age group. However, various factors like work, stress, and sun exposure can also play a role. Speaking of later in life, men can experience something akin to PMS called irritable male syndrome, especially as testosterone levels decline with age. This phenomenon can bring about fatigue, depression, low self-esteem, anger, anxiety, and moodiness. If testosterone levels drop consistently in old age, it's referred to as male menopause. Yet, some men possess the gift of fatherhood well into their later years. Take Mr. Ramajit Raghav from India, who celebrated the arrival of a child at the age of 94 and had another 2 years later. While men may have less chance of fathering a child as they age, they can still produce testosterone and sperm cells, albeit with some changes. Sperm quantity may decrease, and their swimming abilities might not be as robust, with quality typically taking a hit in the 40s. There's also a higher risk of abnormalities in children born to older fathers. The topic of hair loss is another reality men grapple with. While baldness is often associated with increased testosterone and virility, studies suggest that other factors weigh more heavily in attraction. Some studies even indicate that bald men are seen as more masculine and attractive to women. It's not about the quantity of hair on the head, but rather how it's managed. Shaved heads are often viewed more favorably than unsuccessful comb-overs. It's essential to note that baldness is primarily influenced by genes, not testosterone. So, if you're bald, it's your parents' doing, not a testament to your supersexual prowess. Now, onto the Adam's apple. Why do men tend to have larger ones? This cartilaginous part of the body enlarges during puberty, contributing to a larger larynx and a deeper voice in men. The size of the Adam's apple and voice box is influenced by hormones, and some scientists argue that this deeper voice evolved to attract the opposite sex and signal dominance. Like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating facts. Comment your most surprising discovery below. Until the next video.